Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Set, lady! Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. 3rd down here. Time for a look at our starters here on defense.
Pass hasn't been an issue for them. Stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, here's Stafford. And going deep. And got his man complete. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, listen, now, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the toss, it's Gurley. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaking up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Stafford. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Todd Gurley and the Rams offense set to take over. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Now on second down, this is Gurley. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Romeo Okwara gets to him for a gigantic loss of 19 yards. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They are going for it. Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. On first down, Stafford here. James has got it. Complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. On first and 10, Stafford. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To Johnson again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Trey Flowers there on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Goff. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 2nd and 7, Goff. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Henderson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch the safety creep. Recon, 132 fighter.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford over the middle, complete. It's James. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And going deep for, that's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. The Jaguars extending their lead to a couple of touchdowns now. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. They're going to go for it. It's gone. And the pressure gets to him again. Romeo Okwara. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
False start, offense.
Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now I don't think they have any choice.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. There goes a deep ball. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Another carry now for Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Value 3. Value 3. He's checking credit. Protein spill.
On 2nd and 12. Goff. That's complete to Cooks. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Gurley with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. To throw is gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trey Flowers. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of...
Under pressure, they got him again.
Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30.
Come on now, let's go.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Goff, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first, and it's 3rd down now.
The Rams on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Double tight, double tight.
Out of the gun, Goff. This is caught, it's Cooks.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They run. It's Gurley into a mass of bodies, and I think they help. They did. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Henderson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now gone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of...
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
And it's caught. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Stafford now to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford going to throw it. On the crossing route, complete. That's James. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. First by him near the 35.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
To throw is Stafford. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no help there. And now 4th and goal. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Detroit, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first